Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we are back with our second analysis of our second contest today. Excel all these. But we are going to be talking about Alaska. Now, Alaska, I thought would be much more competitive. Nikki Haley would have a chance, but unfortunately for her, at least, she didn't stand a chance, and that's partly probably part of the reason why she lost, and why she withdrew this morning, and overall, right? Because we know Alaska is a state full of neocons. I would say New Hampshire and Alaska are pretty solidified and close to being a neocon. Abortion 100% defendable. You get politicians, Republicans like Lisa Murkowski, that will defend abortion, even though, and also attack other fellow Republicans that oppose abortion. And to be honest with you, the Republican Party in Alaska is on board with that. Then again, Alaska is a huge abortion state. There's also a lot of conservatives. I would explain, be more libertarian. You have Mike Dunleavy, the governor of Alaska, who won I wouldn't say he won a landslide, but he won pretty big in the midterms. Sarah Palin, former governor of Alaska, is also a pretty good Trump ally. But there's also, as you know, we have Nancy Dahlstrom, who is the lieutenant governor of Alaska. Kelly Tshibaka, who is the Republican challenger to the Rhino, Lisa Murkowski, who really is she runs on an anti-Trump, more of a progressive liberal. She loves to play the woman card, by the way. Nikki Haley and Lisa work work side by side. They love each other because and to be honest, I expect them to, because they're just the same. And having this been 87.6%, I would expect Trump to sweep Alaska. And compared to our prediction, this was nowhere near our prediction. We got her off from Alabama, but unfortunately, no, it was not that accurate in Alaska. That being said, there was no really any poll source in Alaska suggesting that it would be a Trump win or Haley win or previous results before the Iowa caucus. So really, it was kind of hard, but I used demographics. I kind of used the politics in Alaska, the Alaska GOP, and what it usually stands for. Let's see, Alaska GOP, Alaska Republican Party, very different compared to the the National Republican Party. Yeah, it's painted as center right to right wing as the current GOP is, but I'll say this GOP is more moderate. And I'll tell you, it's kind. I mean, I can't say it's weak. To be honest with you, I think if this party was running in national elections, it would be pretty weak. But this is a political party in Alaska, a red state, and this party has been a huge dominant power for years. And it's supposedly, yes, if you get the Democrats get a person of color, and they're like Mary Peltola, first Native American Congresswoman, Alaskan Native, it would go all sweeping blue. But ultimately, people were kind of tired of Sarah Palin, because she was a face in Alaska for a very long time. So yeah, I guess you could say they were pulling more of the Native American woman thing was kind of working in Alaska. And the thing we kind of forget is Nikki Haley's not Native American. She's Indian, meaning she is a mix of Southeast Asian and I would say Eastern Peninsula, Eastern Indian Peninsula, somewhat Indian on the eastern panhandle of India, around that Bangladeshi area. But yes, she comes from Sikh origin. That's Sikh. Sikh origin. And Sikh, Sikh is some sort of, yes, it is a religion, as you know. And that said, Nikki Haley was indeed didn't grow up as a Christian. She was a Sikh um follower of Sikhism, which is, by the way, very small amount of people follow Sikhism. Today, there is no country in the world that is a dominant Sikh majority. And India, although has the most Sikhs, which are on the said, there's even a former country, if you will, and this is turning into an episode of history, but uh the Sikh Empire. Just think of Sikh Empire. That usually is probably in northern India. I would say western Nepal. I would say Gujarat is probably where a lot of Sikhs are. And they're even in Pakistan. And there's Lahore. That's also in Pakistan. So yeah, maybe they're not in the western panhandle, eastern panhandle of India. I'm wrong. It's just northwestern India. But as you know, we had to explain why I thought Alaska would probably be a close race. I put Alaska into the most probably easiest states that Nikki Haley would probably carry because of the neocon politics. I, of course, thought Trump would win this election, but I thought most likely he would carry Alaska by the same margin he carried, as you know, New Hampshire. And I thought, yes, Nikki Haley would probably escape with some northern counties, northern boroughs in Alaska. Was I right? No, I don't know if I was right because no one lives in those northern boroughs. And as far as I know, there are no maps to be posted here. Let's see if Wiki Commons has got some. And the thing is, Alaska is like North Dakota. They elect by state districts. They do their state districts. And it's very, very rare when they use boroughs for their actual election results. So we could try Alaska primary 2024, but I doubt, yeah, they don't have it. They don't even have it on 2020. So it's gonna be hard to find a thumbnail. I might actually have to post a really old thumbnail, so don't get mad at me. But yeah, that if a new one comes out, I would probably change the thumbnail. But that was my explanation. No doubt about it, though. I don't know if Trump carried every borough because let's keep in mind 9,243,000 people. That's not a lot of people. Well, for Alaska, it would be a lot. We got to remember that Alaska is not a dense state. It's very big. And I mean, thankfully, they don't do caucuses. If this was North Dakota, this would not work. But ultimately, this is not a caucus, meaning that this is just a primary. So there's going to be voting in every single city. But to get to the nearest city, it takes hours and hours and hours. Most Alaskans, my belief, they live more in the outer areas. Let's see if I can pull up a borough. So yeah, and not much. Yeah, these areas in yellow are very diverse. They are occupied by Alaska natives, but ultimately there are Caucasian Alaskans that live here also. That margin has been slowly declining, as you know, as more and more people are moving to Alaska. So yes, it's just the population. Of course, Anchorage is going to have 100,000 people. Look at the density: 3,000 people in East Borough. Look, 3,000 people just in those string of islands. Same deal with Bristol Bay Borough. Only 865 people in this tiny little borough that looks like a consolidated city. It's not a city. It only has, I think, it only has, that's the seat is Naknek. That is census designated place. It's not consolidated. So don't get me wrong. Bristol Bristol Bay, not a consolidated city. There's also Denali borough right over here, 1,585. Okay, you got Fairbanks North Star. That's 95,000. Okay, that I would say is close to a consolidated borough, and who knows, it actually might be. There's the city of Fairbanks is one of the biggest cities, and look, it's just right there. Imagine how many people living over here. A lot. There's even census designated areas. I could be wrong, and this could be all mountain ranges. This could be non-inhabitable. If you guys are from Alaska and know your climate, you would let me know. But yes, Fairbanks North Star has a lot of people. Haynesboro, yeah, 2,000, 33, 31,000. And comparing to overall the results compared to, let's say, 2016. 2016 is a good realistic approach. Comparing those results, Ted Cruz won Alaska. He won Alaska 8,389,000. Yeah, it looks like the turnout was more better and more efficient than the turnout this year. We don't care about. I want to know about the. Yes. Yeah, the turnout was much smaller. And because honestly, we knew Trump was going to win. And Alaskans didn't feel like they had to go out and vote because they knew Trump was going to win. Haley didn't even pick up a delegate. And if that means if she couldn't even pick up a delegate, she probably most likely didn't win any counties, any boroughs, as they are called. So that's my theory. I don't think we'll ever find out the boroughs. It's pretty hard to find out which borough unless Wikipedia posts a map. But if you guys know, let me know down below in the comments. Did Donald Trump carry every borough, or did Trump carry, I would say, half of the boroughs, and the rest of the boroughs didn't vote? Because that's probably also because we're not all of these 9,243 people are going to come from all the boroughs. It's kind of hard to believe. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I will see you all in the next political episode.